Hey everybody, Hunt Fit Ted here, and we're talking turkey legs and thighs today. Nothing frustrates me more than when people talk about how they can breast out a bird in 5 minutes. And I'm thinking, wow, you just waste all that good meat, huh? What a shame. We should all do our best to use every part of the game that we harvest. And wild turkey legs, thighs are no different. However, they are some of the absolutely best meat that you could ever lay your lip over in the wild animal kingdom. Love wild turkey legs and thighs, the whole family does. So my favorite way to prepare turkey legs and thighs is to grill them or smoke them indirectly. And the way I do this is I just do it when I'm grilling something else. I could be grilling hot dogs and hamburgers, and I'll just have those turkey legs and thighs in the back doing their thing. So it's very little effort, and it's very efficient. What typically happens is I will grill my wild turkey breast, and I like to incorporate some wood in there, usually cherry wood. While I'm grilling my wild turkey breast, I will have the legs and thighs on the back, indirect heat, and then as we're eating dinner and all that, they're still just hanging out on the fire doing their thing. Later at night, after everything has come to a thermal halt, I'll pull them off, stick them in bags. I usually just stick them in gallon Ziploc bags because they're not going to be in there very long. I stick them in the refrigerator. And then I'm starting to think, when am I going to cook soft tacos? When am I going to cook stir fry? Whatever the case may be, but we gotta have that slow, low cook down process. You can do it fast, as I'm going to show you in this video, but it's much better to do it low and slow. But you can make it work with the faster style. So in this video, I'm going to do my take on Korean soft tacos. In my opinion, a Korean soft style taco is the best style of taco because of its complex flavor profile. It's got a little bit of tanginess, sweetness, spicy, kick, savory. It's got it all. Unlike a Mexican style taco, which is just kind of like, in my opinion. So the Korean soft tacos, they kind of have it all, that complex flavor profile. But to achieve that, it takes a wide array of ingredients. As you'll see, I show you everything I've got in there, but as with me, I'm not measuring, so you're gonna have to figure that out on your own. I season everything to taste, and I don't really measure anything. So hopefully that works out for you, and let me know. As always, please like, share, subscribe to the Hunt Fit Ted YouTube channel, and tell your friends to do the same.
Wild turkey leg thighs. 3 pairs. Oh yeah.
All right, a few days later after grilling the leg thighs, and this was a small one, this must have been TJ's. I'll just take them out of the bag and put them in the Dutch oven and start the cook down process. All right, I broke down my legs and thighs and separated them. Got a little bit of water in there, and then just the good juices that were left in the bags. And here's the seasoning profile. So I'm gonna pour some Cabernet in there for the cook down, along with some apple cider vinegar, some sriracha sauce, and then the seasonings are cayenne pepper, paprika, turmeric, onion powder, a little bit of Old Bay, don't go too heavy, it's very salty, and some granulated garlic. Now, typically I would do a longer cook down over the course of the whole day, and I would use celery, onions, and carrots, a mirepoix, and get a stock going out of it first. I don't have that much time today. This is kind of last minute, so I'm gonna throw some seasonings in there like onion powder, go heavier on it, and make up for some of that flavor that would get in an all day cook down. So there we go. Okay, I couldn't help it. So we are going to be adding some fresh celery, garlic, and onions to the cook down. And so with Korean soft tacos, we're really we're shooting for a sweet, tangy, and spicy flavor profile. So that's where the sweetness of the wine comes in with the tanginess of the vinegar and the savory of natural chicken, especially of the broth that we're getting by cooking all of the bones down. And since we smoked the turkey that gives it another added flavor to the profile that makes it just absolutely delicious. This is one of my favorite dishes, and I've got a lot of requests for it. What's up? So as we cook this down, a couple of things we need to be aware of. So right now it's 4:30, and typically I would get this on around midday and just enjoy the slow process. I really enjoy doing it, especially on cold days where you add to the heating efficiency of the home. Today is not that day. It's really hot outside, and I was going to do it outside, but it just got kind of late. And so anyway, at 4:30, the main challenge is going to be I'm cooking this high. So I'm basically kind of pressure cooking it with the lid on. I want to cook it as quickly as possible because then I'm gonna have to let it cool before I can extract the bones and connective tissue and such. So the key at this point is to make sure that there's the proper amount of liquid in there. This is like a braising process, and you never want the liquid to get below halfway point on the meat. Since the last video, I went ahead and decided to add another turkey worth of leg thighs. So now there are 4 legs and 4 thighs in there for these Korean soft tacos. A couple of things that I have on standby are freshly squeezed lemon juice to increase the tanginess, and stevia, which is my sweetener. So for the stevia, we just use this whole earth. For those of you that aren't aware, stevia is a plant that is a natural sweetener, and something. I'll probably add some brown sugar also. I usually like to do a mix, again creating that more complex flavor profile. So I would imagine these are going to cook down for probably an hour to an hour and a half of this high heat scenario. And then I'll turn it down and let it come to a little bit of a thermal halt, and make sure it's ready to begin plucking the, pun intended, the bones and the connective tissue out so that I get a nice shredded meat. Here we are an hour and a half later on basically a power boil, since I didn't have enough time to go low and slow. Late dinner decision. And just let them cool off a little bit, and I am picking all of the bones out. You'll get a bunch of these types of little bones out of the turkey legs, and just take these chunks of meat and throw them back in. And they can be kind of big still. They'll cook down more. Once we get all the bones out, we'll turn it back up and start to do the shredding and secondary seasoning to taste. Thanks for filming, Holly. You can press in now. Got all the meat shredded down. Cook a little bit longer to get it all homogeneous, where the chunks of meat are all going to be about the same size and the flavor is all dispersed evenly throughout. We also have a bunch of kale from the garden that we're prepping to make the kale slaw. And don't forget, save those bones. Those are the legs and thigh bones. Great for making stock. So after tasting, I'm going to go with some lemon juice for the tang. I'm going to add some roasted red chili pepper paste, and probably a little more. I'm going to the white wine vinegar. I've already added some. I'm going to add a little bit more, and then I'm going to shoot for the sweet and use the stevia and brown sugar. Yum.
Some pineapple salsa if you want to put that on there.
So the meat is done. TJ is toasting his tortilla. Got the slaw right here
TJ, we have one for you too.
for topping.